This year, we're doing a video that focuses on how Gramercy has impacted the students. So you're one of the lucky few that gets to share. So that's kind of I think it's kind of a broad category. And there's a lot of different ways that Gramercy has probably impacted you. We'll break this impact thing into a few different categories.
I felt like I needed some other way to be who I was, and I was informed about a place called Gramercy, and when I heard about the place, it was apparently in a Christian school. It was just a place I never would have thought I would have gone, because I've been experiencing public school my whole life. But I felt like I needed to get out of public school, so I came to Gramercy. I feel like it was really for the best. I mean, it was a little different, but I mean, I was able to fit in, I feel like, pretty well, and it was neat because I was accepted and I was able to come to Gramercy, and people wanted to know about me and they wanted to know what I was into and different stuff about me, and I feel like it was a really great transition.
Being in a close-knit community, only having our senior class has 8 people, and I know each one of those people. I know everybody's name. I know where they live, where they're from, and a lot of them I've been friends with since elementary school. And that's something you're not going to get at any public school, is that kind of closeness. And that's something that's very unique to Gramercy, and something that's made it very special to me. These are friends that I'm not only going to have through high school, but friends that I plan to have for the rest of my life. And that is very unique to Gramercy.
It's definitely one of the most accepting schools. Students are more open with one another, and teachers are definitely caring toward their students, and it's obvious that they have the love of Christ in their hearts, because they reflect that love to their students in every aspect of life, not just in the way they teach them, but in the way they care for them in all aspects.
And we found Gramercy, and my children have been here now for 6 years, and I remember walking in that very first day with the kindergartner that had such a hard time, walking him into his first grade classroom, and he sat down and he fit in, and school began, and never again did he cry going to school. And I can't explain why. It's just, that's Gramercy.
Spiritually, how would you say Gramercy's affected your life with the environment as it is?
Well, I've been here since 2nd grade, so I've always been taught there's a God, and God is God. God is everything, all that. But I never really understood that. I just went with the flow and, believed it, not even thinking about it. And I never really understood what that meant until 9th grade, and Gramercy definitely helped me with that. I was talking with one teacher in particular, and she definitely helped me grow, and another friend who was struggling.
What else do you like about Gramercy?
Like I've said before, the closeness of everybody, because, I don't know, it's just nice to count on somebody that will be there for you, not only on the court, but also off the court, and that you're not just friends when you're playing basketball, you're friends when you leave school, you're friends when you're going out to get lunch or something.
Mr. Adams, who he just started this year, but he's a great coach. I love having him as a coach. He keeps us in check. He makes sure to keep the Bible and God in with the mix of basketball, and he makes sure that we don't forget that we are God's and that we play for Him.
It's a very unselfish team and very humble coach who I really enjoy as having a coach. His saying is, you're not athletes, you're student athletes. So every 4.5 weeks we have a progress report and we get an eligibility checklist. And if you have, I believe it is two Ds you're not allowed to play, and if you have an F you're not allowed to play at all. But I think as a team we all motivate each other to keep our grades up and stay eligible, which really helps me a lot because I can slip sometimes, but it's nice when James Sager, Davis Cunningham, or Josh Tuckey says something, encourages me to keep doing my work, and it really helps me.
You feel that Gramercy does an adequate job preparing students for higher education?
I do feel that Gramercy does that. I feel that they prepare students well. I watch as students graduate and they're being offered scholarships. They're going to great four-year schools. Some are being appointed to military academies. I watch students test out of college-level courses because they've been so well prepared, and they don't need to take those prerequisites. They don't need to take those basic courses in college.
Have you used much technology here?
Well, in the English class, we do lots of presentations. So we sometimes do PowerPoints, or our teachers will give us a day to go to the computer lab and research our stuff for presentations. So.
Now, do you think Gramercy has enough technology, or?
Well, I think we need more computers because there's some big classes, and so you kind of like have to group together and take turns, and so you don't get as much researching as you hope to. So.
Have you used a lot of the computers, or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're slow sometimes, and some of them work, but not all the time.
But when it does work, you enjoy that?
Mm-hmm.
I've brought my own computer because it's no secret that the computers aren't 100% reliable, and when you're taking your community college class, a lot of your individual assignments are timed, and you have no room for error with your technology. It has to be there. It has to do what you want it to do, and so for the past couple years, I've been taking community college classes as a dual-enrolled student, and in those timed assessments, I've needed to know that my technology would be behind me.
And I too am a dual enrolled student, and I'm always a little leery of using the computers here because they're a little older, a little outdated. Probably use some maintenance or just be replaced. Probably a good option. But yes, I think technology is very important that students have access to computers because it really makes doing research a lot easier, and it really can expedite the process of doing a research paper or anything like that. And I think every student needs to have access to computers. If they can't bring their own, then I think the school should have some that are reliable and can be used. You don't have to worry about them, shutting off midway through while you're doing an assignment.
My biggest concern for technology is actually computers. Not only do I teach English, I teach yearbook, and we just don't have access to reliable computers all the time. That class is a web-based class, and they're designing the yearbook all year long. And quite frequently, my students will go and, first of all, we share, of course, one cart of computers. And I'm grateful for that. But if another class is using them, sometimes my students aren't able to have access to a computer. And often when they do, they'll get it all the way back to my room. I'm kind of at the other end of the parking lot over the gym, and then they'll find out it's not working.
Mr. Griner's always working on one or two of those laptops, and sooner or later there's not going to be 30 laptops that you can actually use.
As a teacher, do you anticipate a need for an increase in technology-focused studies, or rather the increase of using technology in the classroom?
Yes, sir, especially if you want your students to be business ready, career ready, college ready. They will use the technology in the schools, even preparing for an essay or respond to questions on the test. They were going towards that end when I left the public school, taking the EOGs via computer. So I think it's very important, something that we need to implement into make sure we have the finances there and the expertise from the teachers to be able to teach it to that end.
Gramercy is a great school, and I love going here. it's definitely the school I feel like I'm going to graduate from. So
I think Gramercy is a great school, and just it's really given me plenty of opportunities, so much more than I could have ever asked for, and it's allowed me to do more with my life than just, I don't want to be just the next person. I want to actually do something significant, and so I feel like Gramercy is prepared me to do that.
I guess what I love about it is not only are we preparing the student, we're preparing the person. And we're, I believe, really trying to help each and every student know who they are, whose they are, and to understand why they believe what they believe, so that they can stand on their own 2 feet when they get to college, and they'll understand their faith, and they'll be able to walk in that even when it's challenged.
I do. I have several friends in the local community. I know some people from West. I know people from East. I live in Beaufort, so I mean I travel 30 minutes every day to come here because it means that much to me. I wouldn't if it didn't. And the school has been a big part of my life. And anytime I get the chance, people ask me where do you go to school. I'm always proud to say I go to Gramercy.